In this exercise tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to jump up in the air and land on one leg on a Bosu ball to further challenge your single leg balance and plyometric training. So what we're going to be doing is just learning this firstly on the floor in the beginner variation, and then if you're good at that and you want a more advanced version, you can then step up onto the Bosu ball to the same variation. So firstly, all you need to do is pop the feet in, and we've got a real narrow stance for this one. Decide which leg that you want to land on. So I'm going to come into my jump position, so I'm bending my knees, jumping up, landing on one leg, and if you're all over the place, make sure that you then practice that really well before you go onto the Bosu ball where you've got an uneven surface. So again, we bend the legs, jump up, and then from there you want to land on one leg. Once we then get really good at that, we can then bring in a Bosu ball. You can decide to make this as challenging as you want. So for example, the higher you jump up and land, the harder it's going to be. And also as well, the more you decide to hold the position of your single leg when you land, the harder it's going to be as well. So if someone jumps up and they land on one leg and then all of a sudden they stay there for 10 seconds, it's going to be much harder than doing 2 seconds and stepping off. If you're worried about the actual exercise in terms of injury or risk, there is risk to this exercise. So what you might want to do is put this Bosu ball against a wall. So if you was to lose your balance, at least you can kind of grab onto the wall really quickly should you need to. So we're going to bring the feet in contact with the Bosu ball in the middle. You'll notice here I'm doing this barefoot. So you can either decide to do this barefoot or with trainers. What I wouldn't do is I wouldn't do this with socks because there's more of a chance of a slip off. So I'm going to come into my jump position, bending my knees. From here, I come up, stabilize, and then come off the Bosu before coming back on and doing my next one. We always want to be stepping off the Bosu ball to then get back into the middle and then to do the next repetition. What we don't want to do is jump up, have the foot in the wrong position, and then do the next one and then start slipping off. I would make sure that people do kind of like 10 individual reps of this as opposed to do them all back to back, just because the risk of the exercise does go up higher than maybe the reward at that point. So just like a deadlift, for example, I'd get someone to reset and then go again, reset and go again. They can always make it harder with regards to that hold when they come into the single leg stabilization when they land. That's how to do a jump on a Bosu ball, landing on one leg and hoping to improve your stabilization of the ankle.